Georgia and Tyra were in pink. Mm-hmm. Rachel and Paris were in baby blue. Mm-hmm. It looked like a gender reveal.
Let's go.
And then when they won, Rachel and Paris like put their hands up, and I was like, "It's a boy!" And they should have done that as a gender reveal.
Have some fireworks in the background.
Literally, that's what it looked like. But
maybe she's making an announcement with Bobby. Here we go,
Bobby. Here we go, Rachel.
Say, it's a boy.
It's a boy. Jake Gelver somewhere is celebrating. Hey, Hercules. Anyways, all right.
You got Odoth in the background clipping it all.
Yeah, clipping the whole thing. All right. Anyways, Sacramento. What's next?
With Ryler DeHart in the background.
Ryler DeHart looking for him, looking in his van, trying to find him. Like, we're ready.
Ready.
Remember that one dude that used to love our music?
Yeah.
And then his girlfriend broke up with him, and we haven't heard from him since. You think he still listens?
I don't know. What was his name?
I don't know. His girlfriend was Chris, but now she lives with someone else. Chris D'Amato. She's great.
Oh, that's right.
She's one of the like freaking OG content. OG.
I think she's still around. I see her. I think at some.
Yeah, she still records and stuff. Like does social for a bunch of players. She's awesome.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of King of the Court. We are your hosts, Tyler and
Jimmy Miller. Tyler, before we get started.
Do you like my shirt?
Yeah, it looks, I mean.
I feel like I belong in Harry Potter, like Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw or something like that.
It does look like a house shirt.
Exactly.
But what house would you be in?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I mean, like, you're not a Gryffindor guy.
I have a lot of bravery.
But I don't think you're a Slytherin guy.
Slytherin's a bit snaky.
Probably Hufflepuff. That feels.
Hufflepuff?
Yeah, that feels right.
I feel like with my colors.
So listen, before we start, okay, I don't want to waste anybody's time. So before this episode begins, if you are a family member, a fan of, maybe a friend of Don Stanley, this is not the episode for you. Okay? I'm just going to be very clear about that.
All right. That's news to me.
Because this will not be so shut it off now so you're not offended. But I'm just going to tell you right now that this is not the episode for you.
Do we save it for all access is the question.
No, absolutely not. This is public information.
Okay.
And if you want to be a main character, I'll let you become the main character.
Hey, how many more shout outs do we have? Any more from your baseball, basketball, soccer, lacrosse teams?
No, not this week. We had Sevens tournament over the weekend. Oh, here's a funny story. So we have the Sevens tournament.
Okay.
And we get to the championship, and we're winning 2-0. So if you get an interception, you get 2 points.
Okay.
So we have an interception, 2-0. There's about a minute left in the game. Playing this team, or we're playing a similar team to the team that we play in tackle that they got mad at me, and they started playing the podcast for them.
Okay.
Same coach and like 1 or 2 players. It's like an all-star team. Anyways, there's 4 inches of snow on the ground, right? So we're up in Harriman. They got like 4 inches. We couldn't even see the freaking fields. So they couldn't line, they didn't know it was going to snow, or they weren't prepared. So they couldn't line the fields the night before. So we're playing this team. We get a first down. One ref says it's a first down. The other refs agree with him. And then these moms on the other side.
Always the moms.
Screaming.
Yep.
I mean, I'm talking like screaming that we were short of the first down. So the refs are like talking and they're huddling, and these moms are like in their ear. I mean, I can't even explain. They are like in their ear going nuts. There's probably like 4 or 5 of them screaming at them.
Okay.
And we look over and you can't tell. There's 4 inches of snow on the ground. And now it's slush, and all they have is cones 50 yards apart. So the ref's trying to line it up, and he's like, look, I had him as a first down. This one ref's like,
call on the field stands.
It should stand. Well, the mom's got to him. The ref's like, nope, turnover. He was short. So then we look across, and this mom, I'm not kidding you, is kicking the cone. Kicking the cone the other direction.
Moving it.
Insane. Anyways, it was just that stuff always happens. We played up a grade later, and there was like a kid pushed off, caught a ball. They threw a flag. We're like, great. Offensive pass interference. The ref's like, no, I had defensive. I was like, I don't think you know who's on offense and defense, but always drama. You do need to come out to one of them just so you can experience it.
I want to see the drama.
You really, so you can experience it.
Yeah.
So UC Elites is who we play for, and this guy was like, "Oh, of course, here we go. Always happens at a UC tournament." And then they get a big call at the end of the game, and I'm like walking across the field, and I was like, "I assume you're going to take that back now?" And he's like, "Oh, that was a great call." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." So I just like to needle people.
Alrighty, we love those stories. Shout out to every.
But but those refs are similar to Don Stanley. They like to insert themselves. They like to pretend that they can make up rules as they go along. So that's a good precursor.
Alrighty, big shout out to our title sponsor, Club Pickleball Mastermind. They teach you, business owners, how to run and operate pickleball clubs efficiently. Reach out to them. They have free phone calls with Devin if you're currently operating or planning to operate and just want a little bit feel what's going on, see what it's like in the pickleball space. Reach out to Devin. Free phone calls to see if it's right for you. Their next Mastermind is June 17th through the 19th. So sign up for that. Spaces are limited. And last time there was probably 20 to 30 people or so. So there's a lot of other people that go there.
Yeah,
you can network, and it's really valuable information.
Look, dude, if you want to do something that you've never done before, find someone who's done it and let them hold your hand. That's what Devin will do. He's a great hand holder. He's held my hand. They're not even rough.
Wisdom, pure wisdom is shared at those meetings.
Yeah, this is easy. And honestly, I just saw another pickleball place went out of business. I just read about it the other day. They're going out of business all over. There's people that aren't making money. There's people that are making massive, massive mistakes early on. Like look, pickleball is still a booming sport. It's not slowing down.
Yeah.
And there's all these people out there. I think that's what bugs me is they're like, "Oh, the bubble's bursting." No, it's not. It's not bursting. There's just too many dipshits trying to run stuff.
Yeah.
So ask someone who's willing to help you, someone who has had success, someone who is crushing it in the industry. Reach out, group think, right? And quit trying to reinvent the wheel.
clubpickleballmastermind.com/KOTC. If you're not interested or not sure, reach out to Devin for a free phone call. He can walk you through everything. There's a bunch of testimonials online. And so reach out to them. Big shout out. Big thanks. You guys are awesome. Pickler Universe. We have an incredible giveaway that will be starting very soon. Make sure to enter. Jimmy, give us the details on this giveaway.
So we have this. I can't even it's massive. Okay.
Yeah, the value for this, and all you have to do is enter. So make sure to share this with your friends.
Yes.
Free to enter.
It is a $1,200 value.
Yep.
Okay, so here we go. 2 one-day platinum lounge passes. That's a $1,200 value. Platinum.
Yeah.
Okay. Additionally, you get 2 pairs of courtside tickets. All you have to do, so basically you get VIP experience, right? You get tickets, I believe those come with some little alcohol. So some of you, honestly, it doesn't matter what your date looks like. If you get a little alcohol in you, you actually get to go to the menu and have the food with Chef Ken Rathburn.
Yep.
Is that it?
Sounds right.
Yeah. Plush seating, parking pass.
Parking pass is huge.
That parking pass is worth $1,200 alone. Trust me. Anyways, so that's one person will win those, and then 2 other
$1,200 value, free for the winners.
For that winner.
Yeah,
and then 2 other winners will get courtside tickets and access to championship.
And this is actual value, actual money that they are giving up to any lucky winner.
Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a post.
Yep.
You will see it by the time this video drops. You will see the post. Comment MLP. They're going to send you an entry form. So there is a Google form you have to fill out. Super simple. And all you have to do, you follow More King of the Court on Instagram and follow Pickler Universe. And then honestly, you can win. And I'll be very honest with you. Your chances are high. This is going to be, it's an incredible, probably the biggest giveaway we've ever done.
Yeah. Closes Thursday, April 30th. So that's coming up somewhat soon.
Yes. So yeah, check it out.
Dominator is the official net of the UPA Grand Slams and Major League Pickleball, where the sport's biggest moments happen. We provide premium court equipment to help players everywhere create their own moments of greatness. From basketball hoops to pickleball nets and lighting, Dominator brings the home court advantage to you. Explore more at dominatorhoop.com. Use code KOTC on all of their products. They're great. These high-end homes, they're using their products, basketball hoops, pickleball nets, lighting, whatever it might be. Go check them out. Use code KOTC. As I just said, it works on all of their items, and it is a standard, incredible discount code.
Yes. We are.
And by the way, Dominator did confirm your theory about the name.
Of course they did, because I'm right, guys. I know what I'm talking about.
The person messaging me who works there, he didn't even know the story behind it.
Really?
Yeah, and so he said, I'm going to find out at my next meeting.
And I was right. I had this poster on my wall when I was a kid of Brandon Doman. It said the Dominator, and it was the Gladiator movie?
Is that weird to have a poster of another guy in your room?
No, not at all. It was right above my bed, right next to my poster of Topanga. Anyways, it said the Dominator, and the Gladiator movie? Uh-huh. It was like that. It was that theme. Instead of the Gladiator, it said the Dominator.
Wow.
And now look where we're at. Now they're a sponsor of my pod.
Now they have a picture of you above their bed.
We have come full circle. If someone puts a poster of me above their bed, I would be creeped out. However, I would also be flattered.
He's not saying you shouldn't do it.
I would also be flattered.
All right, a couple more announcements. We have all access. Thank you to our current members and supporters. If you want a little bit more content, if you want to support us directly, sign up. The link is in the description below. It helps us survive and provide these episodes.
Yes.
Okay, anything else? We have a packed, normally I don't say that, or maybe I do say that. We have a packed episode today.
Normally you say, we don't have a lot to talk about, then 2 hours later.
Yeah, somebody was getting on me for that, and I don't know if they were joking or if they were being serious.
I doubt they were joking. People don't like to joke.
All right.
Just kidding. But, Tyler.
So where do we want to start? We have the U.S. Open. We have PPA Challenger. We have PPA Sacramento.
We have Pickle Slam.
We have Pickle Slam.
Yeah, so I think that we go. Okay, well, let's go U.S. Open first. That's fine. Couple things. Number one, absolutely horrendous, horrible, embarrassing job of being able to find the streams and the coverage of the U.S. Open
and the draws.
The draws.
You can't even find the draws.
No, it's stupid. They screwed up. You had Annalie Waters, you had Jay DeVilliers, you had Lee Waters coming back to play. You had Ryan Fu, who sucks, but you had Sophia Sewing. You have Megan Fudge, who's hooking people. You have all this drama. You have people talking about it, but all we have is 15-second clips. Mm-hmm. And truthfully, if it wasn't for dudes like Odoff, most people would have never seen it.
Okay.
But it was you can't find it. You can't find the draws. You can't find anything. I mean, also it's annoying. They got to fix that. Okay. That's number one.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah, they're gatekeeping. That's exactly what they're doing because they want to be anything but PPA. And honestly, in doing that, they're literally just hurting their own product.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. We know that you're not PPA. Someone even made a comment, and they were like, this guy on Twitter, and he didn't love my response to him, but he said it was nice that Annalie Waters was playing on side court so that everybody could watch her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, can't more people watch her if she's on championship court? Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, yeah, but not everybody's paying for championship court seats. And it's like, okay, I get that, but she's the best player in the world.
I tuned in for one of the streams on the side courts.
Yeah.
It was cutting in and out every 10 seconds. I turned it off after 2 minutes.
Look, they screwed up, okay? It is what it is. They could have had something that was incredible, but at the end of the day, I mean, I think they had some stuff on Pickle TV. It's not even Pickleball TV. It's Pickle TV, which is a different channel. But the big thing is there's a couple things that happened.
The funniest is Dusty. Is that his name?
Dusty.
The commentator.
Oh, yeah.
He comes out once a year.
Yeah.
And he owns it.
Yeah.
But then after that, he just goes away and then comes back and disappears.
I think they did some stuff on CBS Sports. So here's what we're going to talk about, okay? So there was a match. I believe it was Megan Fudge and Sophia against, was it Kat Stewart and...
Was it Bobby?
Was she with Bobby? No, Shelby. Was Shelby with Bobby? I don't know. This is what I'm saying. This is why it's stupid. Okay, anyways, I don't care who they were with. The ball, she had an overhead. She hit it. She flushed it clean, so it did look like it was going out, but it landed literally a foot in. Mm-hmm. They called it out. Okay? There's no replay either. That's the other thing. Mm-hmm. They don't have any replay.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
So the ball ended up being in by like a foot. Odoff, Koopy Nation, goes and posts the video on Instagram. Okay. This is what he does. Like, look, you are not his biggest fan, right? I am not his biggest fan, but this is what he does. And honestly, without it, and memes posted it too, but without guys like that, we wouldn't be able to see these things. And, you know, he goes and clips these controversial points, and he actually, you know, he does captions, whatever. So, I believe it was Daria Walzak comments and says, this isn't the first time Megan Fudge has done this. I've had her do this to me in multiple events, blah, blah, blah. And then all hell broke loose. Then the comments got crazy. And then Ryler jumps in, Megan Fudge's husband. And Ryler says something about, come say it to my face. If you're going to do it, if you're going to post this stuff, you're anonymous, come say it to mine and my family's face. First of all, Megan is a hook. She's known for hooking. This isn't the first time. Is she intentionally cheating? I don't know. But when calls get close, when games get close, Megan's line calls get closer. Okay? It is what it is.
Is that the saying?
That's the saying. She could be an Alhouni sister for all I know. Okay? Like, that's just who it is. It is what it is. It's not, that's her reputation. Whether you agree or disagree, that's the reputation that she has earned.
Okay.
Okay? It is what it is. That is her reputation in the sport. And so when something controversial like that happens, and it happens, it's weird that it always, and Daria actually pointed this out. She said, it's weird how Megan Fudge is always the one that's surrounded by these situations. And I don't know Megan Fudge personally. I've talked to her. She's fine, right? She's not my friend. I have enough friends, but she's fine. She's a good player. She's kind of stood the test of time. But again, if that is your reputation, that reputation is following you, then maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't go online and try to challenge everybody to fight if you're her husband, right? Maybe there should be some course correction at home. Maybe you should say, hey, honey, you know, that was a pretty bad call you made, right? And I guess later she admitted, or he admitted it was a bad call, which is even wilder that you're admitting it's a bad call and then still challenging people to a fight. That's nuts to me, right? And so anyways, that was the first controversy. Then I guess Sophia made a couple other bad calls in women's versus Annalie Waters.
So I saw one or two of them, and to me they were close.
They were close.
Like, very close.
Yes. And look, if a tree falls in a forest and no one saw it because they can't figure out the streaming, and they were close, and I actually thought one of them might have been out, one of them might have been in, might have been 50-50, but Annalie took a little exception to it, made some comments. So then when they were playing their mixed final, first of all, it took 16 match points for Annalie and Jay to finish that, which is insane, over Casey Diamond and Sophia. But Annalie made a comment to her during that final, and then after the match, they're interviewing the losers, and Sophia's crying. She's crying. And she's like, she said something to me, really hurt my feelings, blah, blah, blah. I'm only human. And it's like, look.
Was she referring to Annalie or somebody in the crowd?
No, Annalie. Because Annalie made a comment to her.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And people are saying that Annalie made a comment to her about her previous, about stuff that happened in the women's match. So, look, you don't want people to cry. That's sad. Hurt their feelings. But, again, if you were creating that reputation, and I don't know Sophia at all. I literally have never even been in the same state as Sophia, probably. But if you were creating that reputation for yourself, right? And there's multiple instances of this in one tournament, you're building a bad reputation. And guess what? Players, when there's a lot of money on the line, and next year's going to be even worse, especially on the PPA side, there's no replay. So now there's no one to hold these players accountable, right? They are going to start hooking. They are. And if they're not being held accountable for that, and there's, thousands and thousands of dollars on the line, it's going to get worse and get out of hand. So truthfully, I don't have any issue with Annalie Waters calling her out. I really don't.
Okay.
I don't know what was said, but even if she told her she's a cheater or a hook, whatever, live with it. Move on. You let them they had 16 match points. You had a chance to come back. You couldn't. If you want to shut them up, beat them.
Yeah.
So that was the drama at the U.S. Open. Unfortunately, it could have been a lot better if people could have actually seen it. They had some good, Jack Monroe was there. Your favorite player,
I love Jack.
ambidextrous Monroe.
Yeah, he's a true ambidextrous. Yeah.
Special massage. He's right and left-handed. Anyway, so he was there. There was lots of stuff going on. Shelby Bates, I believe, played with Rose.
Jay DeVilliers was there.
Jay DeVilliers was there. He won gold in mixed and men's. Did he win men's?
No,
too?
he lost in men's. He got fourth, I believe.
What
in
do
men's.
I know? See, shows you how little I care. I just like the controversy. But yeah, good job for AL. Now, I do want to rewind because in the middle of this, Annalie Waters played Pickle Slam. Mm-hmm. And Pickle Slam was $1 million on the line.
Was it? It was to charity.
To charity.
Yeah.
Annalie played with Jeannie Bouchard. Mm-hmm. And then Andre Agassi, James Blake. Mm-hmm. And they did singles first. And then they did
doubles.
Yeah. Now, Annalie beat James Blake like 15-13, 15-5 in singles. I mean, she's the GO, right? And James Blake is good. I mean, he was one of the top tennis players in the world. What was he, top 40 probably?
Yeah, I think something said he was maybe 4 at one point or something high.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously he's a little bit older. And obviously we all know who Agassi is. Agassi was, one of the...
What was it? James Blake?
James Blake's highest ranking was 4 in 2006.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, look, he has 10 career ATP titles. I mean, he's made quarters at 3 different Grand Slam events. I mean, the guy's legit, right? He made the semis at the Olympics. So anyways, he loses in singles. So then they get to doubles. Mm-hmm. And Andre Agassi and James Blake freeze out Annalie Waters.
Okay.
They will not hit her the ball. So let's rewind because I think the entire event is great.
Yes.
I think they put on an incredible show. They actually reached out and we couldn't connect, but we were going to try and do some stuff with them. But I think they put on an absolutely incredible show. I think the event, this is the 4th or 5th year they've done it?
Fourth. Yeah, next year will be 5th.
Yeah, I think that it's awesome. The timing that they do it during the U.S. Open. I think that they get great. I mean, the fan feedback, everything was really cool. So they start playing. Now, there's 2 ways to look at this. Do you look at it as an exhibition match and you're trying to put on a show, which has happened when McEnroe played, when Roddick played, right? Or is this a competitive match that you're trying to win?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago in Indian Wells, Matt Manasseh was doing some sort of exhibition.
Yeah.
And he had Nick Kyrgios was there and Tyson McGuffin and a lot of pros, YOLA pros, as well as tennis pros. And Tyson was screwing around. Mm-hmm. Tyson didn't tie his shoes. Tyson didn't even really play hard. And so when he started screwing around, the tennis pros started screwing around. Mm-hmm. And Matt kind of went public with it. And he said he feels like you're on a big stage. You have a chance to showcase the game of pickleball, to show how hard it is, to show the skill level that these pros have. And you blew it. Mm-hmm. So in this Pickle Slam, it felt like they were playing for keeps. Mm-hmm. To the point where they're freezing out Annalie Waters.
Yeah.
And hitting every ball. And Annalie, at one point during a timeout, commented and said, "Why don't you guys hit me the ball?"
Yeah. Welcome to pickleball, though.
Yeah, exactly. And so Andre Agassi and James Blake win. Mm-hmm. And look, they were blowing Jeannie up. It is what it is. I mean, one, what are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you think that that's okay? Like, do you think that even though it's an exhibition, so to speak, it's okay that you want to win, you're not going to hit the ball at Annalie, right?
Yeah, I'm more in line with what you're saying. And I actually did watch some of it. And I know that they were trying to hit to Jeannie for sure. But Annalie was taking over a ton. She was way on Jeannie's side. But she was still getting a decent amount of the balls because she was so far over. So with that said, I think Annalie did do fine. She acted like she was seeing 0% of the balls, which is not true because she was stepping over. Now, had she stayed on her side like a normal match, then yeah, she would have seen literally 0 balls.
Yeah, but it's just like a mixed match, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but I thought it was good. I thought the competition was good, and like you said, I mean, people want to see people competing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's it was fun. Like, you want to see Agassi and James Blake play hard against the best female in the world.
Yeah.
right? That's what you want to see. Like, where do they stack up? Where do the two of the greatest tennis players, stack up, right? Versus Annalie and Jeannie. And look, Jeannie was outmatched. Like, it is what it is. In that, who knows how hard she was going, but AL was trying to win that match.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question. Misogynist Klaus made a tweet. Okay?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so like he clearly, I mean, the guy was alive when women couldn't vote, and I'm sure he was pissed when they got the right to. But I'm sure he was picketing, but he made a comment that senior pro men are better than females, than pro women.
Yeah, I saw that.
What are your thoughts on that, Tyler?
I mean, if Annalie's with Anna Bright, they're not losing that.
Right? Like, do you think that Andre Agassi, James Blake are better than Annalie Waters?
No, for sure, no.
I mean, that's kind of
But it was fun to see.
Sure. Yeah. Look, it's fun to watch.
I think the better question is, how far down the list could they have gone? Would it be Annalie in the number 10, Annalie in the number 20? Because right now, Jeannie Bouchard, I don't know, she's 30, 35. I don't know what she is in the ranking.
It's a great question. We know that Jeannie's doubles isn't there, right? I mean, she's probably 50th in doubles, to be honest. And we know that. But Annalie Waters is better than both of them.
Yes,
and so it's just an asinine statement to make, right? And we had the dipshit, the Novak Djokovic guy on Twitter, because Jack Sock beat Hayworth, and he was saying stuff about tennis.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think this gives like all these tennis guys like just a big old freaking boner because now they're all excited?
So that one account that we were just talking about, he retweeted, and obviously this is clickbait. It's got over 4 million impressions.
Of course.
It said, "Wow, retired tennis player Jack Sock beats the pickleball number 1 comfortably. Another evidence why tennis is the king of racket sports."
Yeah, and it's like Jack has never beaten Hayworth, by the way. They've played multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things that's just like, I don't know, just these guys are just, like you said.
Let me find the exact tweet that this person.
They're just looking, like you said, they're just looking for clickbait.
Yeah, it's just clickbait.
And everything he does is clickbait.
Literally, it had over 4 million impressions. So obviously.
By the way, Jeannie Bouchard, Tyler, in women's doubles, is currently ranked. I can't even find her. That's where she's ranked. She is 82nd in the world in women's
doubles?
In doubles. Wow. So, again, Klaus, shut up. You're being dumb. She's 82nd. That's not good.
Gosh, I want to find this tweet. Oh, well.
But yeah, so, I don't know how far Annalie could go. And we always want to do the men versus women, and the battle of the sexes is always this thing where everybody wants to, and I think AL is the one person that it would be very interesting to see how she does.
Yeah.
Right? Like, she's the one person that I think that, Ben Johns thinks that him and Annalie can make quarters.
Do you still think that? Did you think they could do quarters, or was it round of 16?
No, I thought it was round of 16.
Okay. Does that change at all seeing Pickle Slam?
I thought once they run into I actually think that like a Scarpa and a Dow would take them 3 and push them. Mm-hmm. And then after that, they would be in trouble.
Okay.
Just my own personal thoughts, but that's no slight on her. I do think, and I think in singles, I mean, we've seen her in singles. Now it's only for 4 points, but she hasn't done well when she's played against men.
Yeah.
In MLP. I mean, she didn't do great against you.
Well, I won 4 points on her, and then I think she won 4 points on me.
That's true.
Or so we kind of split.
But I mean, what are you ranked in singles right now?
Oh, I don't even play them anymore.
Yeah, so we're tied.
Yeah.
I'm not. but like against top 10 men, I think she would struggle.
Yeah.
And over an 11-point game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just power. It's the length. It's the speed. But it doesn't take away from her. Like, you don't have to compare it. That's the thing that bothers me. And so Klaus automatically comparing it. It's just something that old people that are racist and misogynist do.
For Pickle Slam 5, do you know how they go through the application process? Who do they choose? Is Agassi always a part of it?
Yeah, I think Agassi. I'm pretty
thought
sure
it was the winning team. They stay on for sure for the next year, and then they bring on 2 new people.
Oh, really?
That's what I thought, but I could be wrong.
I mean, maybe, but look, AL's been in all of them, so maybe she keeps winning. But I feel like you have to have AL and Agassi.
Huh.
And to be honest, you have to rematch next year. Maybe you don't give her Jeannie. Maybe you give her Anna Bright. Maybe you give her someone else.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Here's something interesting though. Maybe you give her who's another ex-tennis player that can come over and play pickleball, right? Maybe that's the year that I don't know. Maybe Sabalenka comes,
Yeah.
And plays.
Anyways, I thought
picky.
I thought it was well produced.
Let's
I thought
go
it was
AB
fun.
and Kyrgios against Agassi and Blake.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah, it'd be entertaining at least.
I would think Annalie and Kyrgios would win that.
I would think so too, but it would be entertaining.
Yeah.
So here's my next thought on this, Tyler, is I don't understand. So sorry, let's go to Sacramento. Okay.
Okay.
So Annalie, maybe you can explain this a little bit. We talked about it a little on the last episode, but Annalie has some sort of carve out on why she was able to play U.S. Open, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so
she's always had that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so but Jay decided.
So from what I heard, and I could be wrong, but Jay has always had that in his contract, but he was trying to show good faith, trying to keep in line with PPA. But from what we've heard, his contract is coming to an end in August or July of this year. And so I don't know if it's been renewed yet. And so I don't know if he cares as much for good faith and goodwill.
That makes sense. So somebody messaged me, and this is probably a good question now, maybe the wrong time for it, but they said that for finals, okay, why don't they do 1 and 16 play together, 2 and 15 play together?
Would be fun, yeah.
So I think that's actually a really good question. So if Annalie Waters played with 16 right now, is Jessie Irvin, okay?
Okay.
If Annalie played with Jessie, is that a better team than Anna Bright and Caitlin Christian? Is that a better team than Tyra and Kate Fahey?
Tyra and Kate could be interesting. I would have agreed it's the better team than the second option you gave.
Yeah. Catherine and Zoe.
I would say better.
Okay. Now this is where it gets interesting because now you have Paris and Megan.
Coin flip.
Georgia and Jackie.
You would think Georgia and Jackie.
Yeah. Rachel and Jade.
Coin flip.
Lacey and Tina.
You would think better.
Yeah. But right now, if Annalie gets first pick, which she will, she's going to take Anna Bright.
Yeah.
And now it's a 98% chance they win. This gives you 3 or 4 teams that could legitimately win.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about, and we can get into so many things. Zoe Weil on Twitter, she made a post saying, hey, I wonder what the numbers are for this week because Annalie wasn't there.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts? Do you think people tune in regardless of if she's there, or more so if she's there, or less so if she's there?
I thought Championship Sunday was more exciting because she wasn't there, other than men's. Men's was, what a snoozer. But and it was high level pickleball, by the way, in men's. It's just a different style.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually was talking to someone today. Oh, Eric Tice. We were kind of texting back and forth today, and I said, who would they have put on if they had a national TV slot for this event? Who would they have put on center? Like, who would they have put in that slot?
Probably Ben Johns or mixed doubles.
But if you go Ben,
yeah.
if you would have put Ben and Gabe versus J-Dub and CJ, you literally set the sport back a decade. That's how, I'm serious. Like, if you are not a pickleball sicko and you're not, it was not an exciting match. It was 9 million dinks and people, and I'm just saying, we enjoy it. We get it. We see the strategy. I mean, there was one point where Ben literally hit 32 dinks to set up his point, and you saw him setting it up. But, the casual is going to watch that and they're going to tune out.
Okay.
I would probably say it was either the women's match or mixed. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, but now you have 4 people that nobody really know. And so anyways, it's an interesting, I don't know what the ratings, because PPA doesn't really release those, but I bet that they were fine. I bet they were the same.
Yeah.
But not only was AL not there, AB wasn't there, Christian wasn't there, Hayden wasn't there, Jay wasn't there. So there was a pretty big list. Colin Johns, was he there? Oh, he was. Him and Len Yang.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Colin, but nobody cares.
He's your favorite.
He is my favorite.
Yeah, there was a lot of pickleball going on this last week.
Yeah. So anyways, we got through that. Let's go Sacramento Open, Tyler, because I think this is a very important discussion.
Sacramento, I went to this incredible pizza place 3 days in a row.
That's weird.
Benji's.
Really?
Yeah.
It was good, huh?
It was great. Best wings I've ever had.
How was the, did you feel safe?
You know, that venue is incredible. It might be a top 3 venue.
But when you leave the venue,
It's fine.
did you go to the Walmart?
No.
That explains it. All right. So
But the traffic is crazy out there.
always, all California traffic is out of control. All right. So Sacramento, we had, like we said, there's a lot of big names that weren't there, but Ben Jones was there, Tyler. Benjamin, what's his middle name?
I feel like we've been over this, but
Ryan, maybe?
no.
No. All right. What are we starting
Let's start with men's singles.
All right. So men's singles. Look, the big thing with men's singles, Jack Sock upset Chris Hayworth, but there's an even bigger situation. Hunter Johnson is playing Zane Ford.
Okay. Oh, this sounds reminiscent of something that happened to me.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that this is.
I took the loss so other people could win.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess they did change the rule on this. So
No, it was always the rule. It was just never enforced.
Oh, well, it's enforced now. So Hunter Johnson's playing Zane Ford. I believe Hunter was up 7-4 in the third.
No, he was
or
down. He was
7-4
down,
in the
yeah.
third. Down 7-4 in the third. He gets a little bit upset, starts walking towards his bench, and he throws his paddle at the ground.
Yeah, he almost like underhand throws it.
It looked like he was trying to throw it at his bench.
Yeah.
Toss it to his bag almost.
Okay.
Catches an edge, flips up into the stands, and it kind of lands at this woman's feet.
Yeah, it goes right next to this lady.
Yeah. She says, no worries, no worries. Onisha, my favorite referee.
Best line. Great. Now I got to call Dawn.
Yeah. She sees it and says, basically says, oh no. Like literally, like now I got to call Dawn because
Now I got to call Dawn.
Because there's a rule that now they're enforcing that says if a paddle hits
Equipment
a fan,
goes into the stands.
It's essentially an automatic DQ. Now, look, PPA has to have that rule in place because if someone gets injured, because a player gets upset and their paddle flies up in the stands and hits someone in the eye, it's probably a major lawsuit, right? So I feel like I get why they have that rule in place. However, one, that lady's literally sitting right next to Hunter's bench, like 6 inches away. Two,
If she's not there, though, it's still going into the stands.
it is, but it's not hitting anybody.
No, but if it still goes into the stand, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Two, it was not intentional. Now, look, I know intent doesn't really matter in this situation, but I felt like when Julian threw his down, it wasn't intentional, but he threw it with such force that there was a chance of that happening.
Okay.
Hunter was more like a toss. But again,
Underhand toss, yeah.
Again, you do it. It is what it is. So Don comes out. He gets DQ'd. Loses the match. Okay. I would imagine a fine's coming as well.
It's got to, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I think that
it might not be a lot, but there has to be something.
there has to be a fine. Like I said, I think intent matters. I'm torn on this a little bit because later Isabel Dunlap turned and fired her paddle 700 miles an hour at the video board.
Yeah. I thought it was at the back fence.
At the back fence, yes. But literally as hard as I've seen anybody ever throw a paddle.
Okay.
At the fence. Now, hers didn't fly into the stands. It didn't hit anybody. But that was a way more egregious paddle throw than what Hunter's frustration.
Yep.
And she's lucky because she's side court. Nobody cares. Nobody's at the back fence. Nobody's there.
So that's a very interesting comment observation because from what we understand with these fines and people getting in trouble, PPA loves the drama. They love the energy. They want to see people smashing paddles. as long as it's on their body or right at the ground, but they don't want to see it going into the crowd.
Yeah.
Isabel, she threw it into the fence where nobody was behind it.
It's true. Because Zane Navratil smashed his paddle and got nothing.
Exactly.
Now, it is a little bit ironic that it happened against Zane Ford for Hunter, because Zane Ford is kind of known for paddle smashing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Hunter gets DQ'd. Zane Ford gets to the semis.
For example, Leia, she got a big fine for throwing the paddle and it hit a fence.
Yeah.
And the reason she did is because had that fence not been there, it could have hit spectators.
Yeah, but she knew the fence was there.
But Isabel, she threw it way harder and it went into the fence, but there was nobody behind it.
Yeah, but honestly, if somebody's 3 miles behind it, they get hit, because that's how hard she threw that paddle.
3 miles. And then the other issue that gets really complicated is, we talked about this one time, but there was this one player that I know they were going to fine, but he's making $0.
Yeah.
And so it's really a difficult situation to find somebody when they're paying to go to these tournaments.
Yeah, it's tough. And how much do you fine Isabel Dunlap?
Exactly.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, she's not making any money.
Exactly.
So it's tough. But and look, maybe the fines do need to be like proportionate to what the player's salary is. Maybe it needs to be a percentage. I am still curious where the fines go. I've asked this multiple times. Zane Navratil, who's supposed to be the player's president, who ironically did not get fined. He has not been able to tell me where they go. Maybe that's his salary. I don't know. But it's an interesting thing.
I saw Nico there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He lives close to there, doesn't he?
Isn't he Reno? Yeah.
Yeah, Sacramento, Reno, pretty much the same white trash area. One's in Nevada, one's in California. So I mean, it's an interesting situation. Speaking of that, did you see the Pickleball U guys go off on Nico?
No. What were they doing?
So there's a podcast called Pickleball U, David Tabb.
Okay.
And they
tagged us in that.
And they talk about collegiate pickleball.
Okay.
They're diehard collegiate pickleball guys.
Yeah.
Super cool guys. I met David. He runs All Florida Pickleball Club.
What were they saying?
So basically, Zane and Nico were trying to talk about college pickleball and getting it sanctioned and all these things. And they're basically like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Shut the hell up. Stay in your lane. And we've talked about collegiate pickleball before too, so maybe this is partly at us. But he was like, stay in your lane. Let us talk about collegiate, and you stick to what you guys know.
Okay.
And he went. They went. It was kind of funny. But in that specific instance, I think they were talking about Nico and Zane.
Gotcha.
And so it is kind of funny because he basically said that they had no clue what they were talking about.
Okay, anything else in men's singles that stood out to you?
Yeah, look, Fed wins, thank goodness, because we didn't want him to have to drain the pool if Zane Ford jumped in it. And then, Roscoe came up with bronze. Now, you know the Match Day app? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I picked Roscoe to win bronze. I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, look, I mean, Fed, this was actually a very tough field. I mean, it's always tough in singles, but Zane Ford, I mean, I have to give him credit because he goes 0-1 on Eric Oncins, which some people thought Eric might have been upset about something at the time. Maybe a fight with his girlfriend. I don't know.
I think that was just rumors. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I like to perpetuate rumors. But then he beats Gabe Joseph. Then he beats Hunter. And not to take anything away from Zane, because Zane was leading in game 3. So that's 7-4. So, I mean, Zane could have beaten Hunter anyways, possibly.
Yeah.
But then he turns around and beats Jack Sock in the semis.
Yeah.
So props to Zane.
Real quick, shout out to Brandon French.
He
is sneaky in men's singles.
Sneaky, bro. He's sneaky. And he holds the paddle way down here.
He almost beat Noe Cliff, but he did beat Dylan Frazier. And Dylan Frazier was playing great.
Yeah. Look, Frenchie is a sneaky singles player.
Tyson McGuffin, you called it.
Said he'd pull out.
Pablo Tejas pulled out as well.
Yeah. I mean, what's going to happen with those? I believe that they said there's going to start being some sort of fines for those things, right?
I hope so.
Because, again, it messes with the entire draw. Now, Ben played and loses in the round of 32 to J-Dub.
J-Dub, yep. Which is a little bit interesting because Ben, he has J-Dub's game down really well. If Ben were to play any of these top players, he'd love to play JW.
Yeah, because J-Dub plays that cat and mouse style, right? It's the style that Ben is very good against.
Now, with that said, was he even wanting to be there?
That's a good question. I mean, he played it because
he wasn't in mixed doubles.
Because he wasn't in mixed doubles. So, anyways, props to Fed. Does Fed overtake the number 1 spot from Hayworth now?
I don't think with this tournament, no.
No, he was too far behind.
I think so.
Okay. And then Roscoe with the bronze, Zane with the silver. All right, moving on.
All right, women's singles.
All right, women's singles, Tyler. No Annalie Waters. Look, I have to give a massive, massive shout out to California Black Bear.
Kiora
Kunimoto.
She's playing great.
She is playing incredible. This is her second Sunday that she's made.
She was this close to getting a bronze.
Yeah. Yeah. So she played Leia in the bronze match, had multiple chances. Honestly, she also played Kate really tough in the semis, 5 and 9. I'll take that. Mm-hmm. I thought she played really well. And then, yeah, she went 11-8, 10-12, 11-4 to Leia. I think if you were to look at this on paper pre-match, you probably would have said Kate, Caitlin, and Leia are your top three, and that's what it was. So I think Kiora did sneak in there in that 4 spot.
So real quick, I know we've talked about this, and we continue to talk about it ad nauseum, as Jimmy likes to say. But it's a relevant.
It's the only big word I know.
It's a relevant part of the game, and it always gets brought up. So Anna Bright was on the Kitchens podcast, Pickleballers or whatever it's called, Ballers, and they talked about Kate Fahey and her screaming.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Once again,
well, I think we're going to get into that because, there's the situation we're going to talk about in a minute where Don Stanley inserted himself into a match.
Okay.
And called an unsportsmanlike conduct on Eric Oncins, and yet we continue to allow for blowing a pickleball. And we're going to continue to allow Kate Fahey to scream, and we're going to allow CJ Klinger to fake swing, and we're going to allow the stomping from Christian, and all of these things. But Don states that Eric Oncins, it was not a pickleball act, and it's unsportsmanlike conduct for trying to blow it over the net. So, yeah, I think we'll get into that,
So did you see that clip that I'm talking about where Anna Bright's talking about Kate?
Yeah.
Can you summarize it? So she's basically saying that, hey, listen, she can do whatever she wants. She's motivating herself. She's pumping herself up, everything like that.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't have any huge issues with it. But I also think that she needs to be prepared that it's okay if people scream back. It's okay if people talk shit back to her.
Yep.
It's okay if they come back at her harder.
Yep.
Right? Because you are opening yourself up to that criticism.
Yeah.
By screaming and getting in players' faces, by walking to the net and screaming. If you want to pump yourself up that way, that's fine. I don't have any issue with it. But that means that you better be prepared if those players bring it back to you.
I 100% agree. And I thought Anna Bright made some good points. But the thing that she left out is that by doing that, you're allowing people to make judgments or have their own opinions based on that. And you can't get mad at those people for holding those judgments or opinions.
100%. Exactly. Like if somebody says that they hate it and they think that Kate looks like a poor sport, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're opening yourself up for that criticism.
Yeah.
And more importantly, not even just the outsiders, because look, the fans are always going to have an opinion, but to your fellow players, if you were playing a match against, Kiora, just for example, right? And you were screaming, you're coming to the net, and Kiora hits a winner, and she walks to the net, and she screams, right?
Yeah.
You have to just accept it.
Yeah.
Or if you lose a match and the players come to the net and they're freaking screaming and being pumped up, sorry, because you're opening yourself up for that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like I said, whatever it takes to get you pumped up, but if somebody does it back, it is what it is.
Exactly. She's fine. She's free to do whatever you want, but you're also not free from judgment or opinions of spectators.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, moving on. Mixed doubles.
All right. So mixed doubles, Tyler, was incredible. I hate to say it, but it was kind of nice that Ben and AL weren't there because we got to see a lot of different partnerships. We got to see some different matchups.
This is another side tangent. We've talked about this before. Partner dropping is rampant.
Rampant right now.
So I talked to maybe 5 different players that all were dropped or dropped players. And not only does that just cause an issue, but it's like a domino effect where one person gets dropped and then they ask somebody else to partner, that person drops their partner, and so on and so forth. Should there be any penalties for that, or what should we make of it?
Look, if you're playing for prize money, you better freaking claw and scratch and get the best partners you can. I mean, you are a massive proponent on the pod of how important partners are.
Yeah.
Now, does loyalty matter? Does integrity matter? For sure. And you have to decide how far you're willing to go and how much of that you're willing to suffer to get good partners.
So I was talking to this one partner, or this one player, and this other player asked this person to play, and this person said, no, I already have someone else. And then I guess that other partner this other player went behind her back and asked her current partner to play, and that other partner dropped her, and so she got double whammied.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I've also, there's players, who were told that they could play and they were healthy, and then they bailed last minute, and they were,
Should there be a lockup period, like within 3 weeks before a tournament starts?
Yes. Now, I think that partners should lock at a certain point.
At what point? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
I would
4
say
weeks?
that just out of common courtesy, probably 3 weeks.
Okay.
Right? I think that should just be like a common courtesy thing. Like, don't be an asshole. If you want to drop. But I would say that a week or 2 weeks before.
So I've been playing 11 plus years, and I've dropped. I can count on my hand 2 different times in 11 years. I think that's somewhat respectable.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think that
if you're known for doing it every few months or a couple times a year, then that's different.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting situation. And look, I could also see now, let me just be clear. I don't think that every drop is created equal. And what I mean by that is, I'll just give an example, okay? Hayden Patrick-Quinn. Mm-hmm. Hayden didn't really have mixed partners at the beginning of the year. He was bouncing around to a bunch of different mixed partners. The opportunity arose for him to play the entire year with Anna Bright. Mm-hmm. So he had to go drop these mixed partners.
Did it occur in the Grand Canyon when they were hiking?
Probably. But he essentially went and had to drop all of these other mixed partners so he could play the whole year with Anna Bright.
I agree.
I don't think that that's as egregious. Hopefully he called them and didn't text them. That's a weird move. I think that should be a personal phone call, and then maybe send him a little gift. But
that's the thing is, but the issue is I see so many players dropping somebody for some player that's barely better.
When Will House got hurt, it was like a mad dash for Rachel, and it like caused a massive domino effect because Will House was going to be out 2 weeks.
But if Ben Johns asked me or asked anybody to partner, you better drop whoever you're playing with and play with him.
Well,
but if somebody else that is barely above your skill level or even questionable does that gives me pause.
I agree.
Okay, mixed doubles.
All right, so mixed doubles. Look, we've got, Eric Oncins, Tyra Black. What do you say? What a
Hey, me and Newman played them.
New partnership, right? Tyra's dealing with a bad hammy or a bad quad. Mm-hmm. She had to take medical time out in women's, and they're this brand new partnership, and those guys freaking win it all.
Yep.
It is, and I'll be honest with you, it wasn't like they had an easy road. I know that people are like, oh, well, Ben and AL weren't there, but I felt like they still had a pretty tough road. Michael Lloyd, Jelena Ingram, you and Lindsay Newman, Jesse Irvin and John Trong.
Yep.
But then they beat Daescu and Paris Todd in the semis. And then, get to the finals, and they end up playing J-Dub in Georgia today. And they were down 2-1. End up winning the last two, 11-8, 11-8. Beat them
a little
in 5.
flash on flash crime.
Flash on flash crime. Now, here's an interesting thing.
Who was Mark Waltham polling for?
That's a good question. Well, it's got to be, I don't know. That's a good question. Depends on how pissed Julie is at him. So the interesting
is
thing
he still standing on the sign?
Yeah, probably.
On the side with his sign?
Probably. After the match, Eric is being interviewed by Dave Fleming in his green jacket that looked like he picked it up from Goodwill on his way.
Okay.
And he gets emotional and it's his first gold. Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty awesome.
Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah. Tyra gets emotional too because she was injured and she was grinding through it, and she's playing two of her best friends.
Yeah.
Right. And she gets emotional. this is not a knock on Ben and Annalie Waters. I shit on them enough, but that is what parity brings to the sport. When there's a chance for parity, and for people that didn't watch because those two weren't playing mixed, you missed out.
Yeah.
Because this gave us a chance for parity. And it was awesome. It was cool to see. I mean, Eric has been, accelerating for a couple years now, 18 months probably. Tyra has solidified herself as one of the best females in the world. And it was cool to see. And they're, like I said, first-time partnership. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think you talked about it briefly, but let's get into it a little bit more. So when Eric Oncins blows the ball, so he hit it up close to the net, and then he blew it over a little bit. Yeah, so
it hits the ball close to the net. It hits the top of the net. It hits the net, goes to trickle over. He hits it up. It hits the top, and it's about to trickle over, and he blows.
What are your thoughts on it? Should it be legal or illegal?
So let's talk about it. So they finished there's like 4 or 5 more shots.
Yeah.
And after the point ends, Don Stanley says that it's a
technical warning.
Technical warning.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
And he calls it unsportsmanlike conduct. And Eric's like, what are you talking about? Now, Eric just did this in Vietnam.
Yes.
And we've seen other people do this. Riley Newman does it all the time. I've seen him do it multiple times.
Do you know who the first person was to do it, or at least made it famous?
Who, Tyson?
Kyle Yates.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Kyle Yates. Yeah. Kyle Yates has done a lot of things that he's made famous. So Don says it's unsportsmanlike conduct, that it's not a pickleball act, so to speak. Now, there's zero rule in either the UPA or the USAP rulebook about blowing the ball. In fact, there is a rule that, according to Eric Tice, he sent out a tweet, there's a rule that is supposed to be discussed about it in 2027. But right now there is zero rule. So Don Stanley makes up his own rule. He decides.
Well, Eric Oncins says, did you just make that up?
Yeah. So he decides to take it upon himself and make up his own rule and to penalize Eric for trying to blow the ball over the net. Now, it's a very interesting thing because, number one, Don's wrong. I'm sorry, but he's wrong. Don wants to be the main character. Don wants to get on TV. Don wants to do all these things.
Did you see the 6-7? Memes posted it when he calls out the score 6-7.
Oh, no.
And his voice inflects a little bit higher on the 7.
That doesn't surprise me either.
It had me dying.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Look, he thinks he's a player. I don't know what it is, but it's a joke. And again, when most of these referees are incredible. And honestly, most of them want to be anonymous. They don't want you to know who they are.
Yep.
Right? And if somebody knows who a referee is in other sports, if you know who freaking Scott Foster is in the NBA, who's the worst NCAA basketball ref? Ask anybody. If you follow NCAA basketball, Tony Padilla.
Yeah.
If you know who Tony Padilla is, that's not a good thing. Angel Hernandez is a terrible umpire.
Yeah.
There's literally memes about him all over the place. It's not a good thing. Right? CB Buckner has been overturned on this new baseball ABS system more than anybody. Right? And for some reason, Don Stanley thinks that that's cool and that he wants to be that guy. And I really think that it's ridiculous. He made up his own rule. Let it go. It didn't affect the match. And honestly, if it's not in the rule book, you can't just make shit up. So if we're going to do this, Don, then yeah, CJ Klinger, when he fake swings, that is not a pickleball act. That is There's nothing more unsportsmanlike than that, right? When Kate Fahey screams at an opponent, you want to talk unsportsmanlike? That's unsportsmanlike. When Christian Alshon is standing at the kitchen and he stomps, again, that is not a pickleball act. That is very unsportsmanlike. He's faking, right? All of those things are okay. But he's gonna freaking blow the ball because it's sitting on top of the net.
Okay, I don't disagree. But getting back to the basics, should it be legal or illegal in your opinion, regardless of how it turned out?
Look, I don't think that you can truly blow the ball over the net.
You for sure can.
You think you can give it enough force?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
To where it blows it.
It's very rare, but you for sure can.
Yeah, look, I think, do we need a rule in the rule book for the rare occasion that someone can blow the ball over the net? Sure, fine. Should you be able to do it? I guess not, right? However, there is not a rule for it. So you can't just make it up as you go along.
Okay.
You can't just make shit up. It's the dumbest thing in the world. I just don't understand why everything has to involve Don coming in and doing shit like this. It happens far too often. And And honestly, I actually think Don could have probably came in on the Hunter situation and, you know, hey, we're going to take a point instead of DQing him, right? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the rule is on that. Maybe Don was instructed differently. But the Eric Oncins thing is so ridiculous, dude. I'm sorry, but if the rule is not in the rule book.
Well, especially since nobody really said anything about it,
No,
too.
you can't call it and calling it unsportsmanlike. I think that's where I have a problem with it, because there are so many other things that could be considered unsportsmanlike that never get called, ever. Right? How about how many times when these guys argue with the refs? That's unsportsmanlike.
I got unsportsmanlike warning in one of my matches.
Over the weekend?
Yeah.
For what?
Because there was a very bad call. I still stand by this about a call that was made. And so the ref had us redo the point.
Yeah.
And I ended up losing the next point. I completely whiffed the ball. And the argument that the other team gave is that they were distracted by something. And so she allowed for it. And I said, can I say I was distracted by their movement and we can redo the point? And she said, that's unsportsmanlike conduct. And so,
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't make stuff up.
It was a little bit snarky.
Yeah, you can't make stuff up. Like, you just can't do it. And that's what Don did. He made it up. Like, maybe anything can be considered unsportsmanlike. That's fine. But then you need to be consistent with the rule.
Yeah.
Right? And honestly, smashing your paddle is unsportsmanlike. Throwing a paddle at your bag when you walk to the bench is unsportsmanlike. Snapping at your opponent because you're pissed off at them in the middle of a match is unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
Headhunting is 100% unsportsmanlike. Jack Sock hit one at your face.
He almost took my head off.
Yeah, he got mad and hit one at your head. That's unsportsmanlike. Yeah. So if he wants to be that guy, it's just so weird that he wants to have that main character energy all the time.
Yeah.
Like, sit your ass in the background and enforce the rules from behind the scenes. Quit trying to be front and center.
Okay.
It's annoying. Nobody cares about you.
Should we have Don on the next pod?
Let him come on the pod. I'd love to talk to him about it. And the worst part is he goes online and he doubles down. Because guys like that can never be wrong.
Okay, anything else?
Howard should be the head of referees, or Onisha.
Tell us how you really feel.
Honestly, like, I just think that those guys are just people that are there that are do their job, and they don't want to be famous. Don wants to be famous. All right, sorry. Rant over.
Men's doubles.
All right, men's doubles. Tyler, Ben Johns, Gabe Tardio.
The machine.
They're really good at pickleball. I saw this post today on that pickleball forum on Facebook, and this lady said, when is JW going to get a real partner?
Yeah.
Do you not think CJ, in fact, if you watched it, CJ outplayed JW today.
Okay.
I don't think there's anybody that would argue that. CJ was better than JW in men's doubles in the finals today. And it just isn't enough. Ben and Gabe are a machine. They are incredible. It was Ben has made, it was his 200th final. 200th gold medal match, I guess. He has 181 golds.
That's decent, I guess.
181 and 19. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they won 11-8. They lost the second game, and then they ended up winning 6-2. I mean, they're very, very good. And, you know, I don't know. Do I think they're going to lose at some point? Of course. Are they going to lose more than twice this year? No.
Okay.
They're not. But yeah, there's a couple other Pablo Tejas and Jack Sock.
Yeah, they had a bit of a run.
Yeah, they beat Eric and Dylan Frazier. I think that was a good win. They actually took CJ and J-Dub to 3. So that was good. Maybe Pablo was fresh after pulling out.
We talked about this in the beginning, but Riley Newman was supposed to be with Armand Bhatia, but there were some visa travel issues with Armand.
Yeah,
and so
flight,
they pulled out.
some sort of flight
and so
issue.
A lucky loser took their spot.
Yeah.
And it really messes up the draw. Do you think in these situations when there's more than one team that pulls out, should they redo the draws?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to start. Just redo them. It's not that hard. Okay. If I thought that people were...
Because you see this almost every tournament where there's at least one team that pulls out. Something.
If I thought that there were people that were...
It's almost better to have a worse seed.
Watching... Well, if I thought there were people that were literally watching hours and hours of film on their opponent in that week leading up to the tournament, and they were studying them and they were figuring out their strengths and weaknesses, and all these teams were doing that, and then it's like, man, you change the draws at the last minute, that sucks for us, because we were prepared for this opponent, then yeah, okay, I get it. But with the way these progressive draws are, you play the team the next day anyways.
Yeah.
You play a new team. So it's not like you have all this time to prepare.
But like, for example, and I mean, this could happen to anybody, but Pablo and Jack, they play, no offense to them, but a team I have not heard of, and they won 6-2 to get to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Victor Rodrigo and Kailas Shakar.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, well, they beat Syed Uzair Sufi and Colin Wong, so clearly they earned it.
Clearly.
Yeah, and those guys were the 60. They were the lucky loser who came in for Riley.
I don't know. I've seen this all too often, and my seeding in most of these tournaments has been right in the middle. And so I'm playing the 16, 17, 18, 15, or whatever it is. And it's almost as if I had like a 20 to 30 seed, it would almost be better than having these middle seeds.
Yeah, I mean, it could if you got, but I mean, look, the 22 seed, if you were the 22, you would have got Will Howes and Noe Cliff. If you're the 25, you get CJ and J-Dub. But yeah,
Max Freeman, Tyson, they came in at the 5.
Yeah.
AJ Kohler, Connor Garnett came in at 9.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are some situations where,
so
the 21 seed,
know.
the 21 seed got DJ Young and Wyatt Stone.
Exactly. 12 seed was Len Yang and Colin Johns.
Yeah. I mean, it is a little bit interesting, but I mean, just to be fair, I would say a lot of people wouldn't say that Tama and Yuta are better than those teams.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would do a coin flip. They beat Tyson and Max last time they played them.
Yeah, I'm not saying they can't beat them. I'm just saying that all those teams are probably fairly ranked.
Yeah.
And the thing with the lower seeds is they win a match, sure, but then they get blasted, and they get Gabe and Ben, or they get, yeah. So yeah, it's a the lucky loser. I think they got to figure it out.
Okay, any other matches?
If we're not gambling, Tyler, who cares if they change their seeds?
Yeah.
That's always been the excuse, is that the draws get locked, a week in advance or whatever, and they have to do the lucky loser because of gambling.
Yeah.
But none of that should really matter. So,
any other matches that stood out to you in men's?
No, I mean, look, the finals was great. I did think that Gabe and Ben, they dropped the game to Andre and Fed, but Gabe and Ben, honestly, they dropped lots of games. They dropped the game to Blaine and Jaume. It's not unusual for Gabe and Ben to drop a game now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, good for them. Another win.
Okay, women's. All right, let's get into it.
All right, so women's doubles. I actually feel like I thought Paris and Rachel were going to win this from the very beginning, because we have talked about this. I don't think Georgia's been playing peak Georgia. I think she's very good. But again, they got a withdrawal. Mari and Millie withdrew. So they ended up not having to play a quarterfinal match.
This was the first tournament this year that some teams got buyed into the round of 16.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is crazy. So they didn't start until Thursday was their first match.
Yeah. And then something happened with Megan because she didn't play today. So was Megan not 100% yesterday?
Yeah,
either?
I don't know.
Because they lost 6-1. And it was funny because they were like, oh, and look, I love Tyra, but they were like, Tyra and Georgia make it to the finals, only giving up 7 total points. Well, okay, they play freaking a quali in the round of 16. They get a withdrawal in the quarters, and then they win 6-1 in the semis.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend that, that it was this murderer's row, right?
There was a massive upset, in my opinion, which was Tina and Caitlin Campbell. Tina Pisnick and Caitlin Campbell.
They got bronze, actually.
They beat, was it Fahey and
Lacey Schneeman.
That, to me, is a massive upset.
It is, but they were actually the 5, and Kate and Lacey were the 4. But, yeah, I know. I think that was big. They also beat Jessie Irvin and Judith Castillo.
Yeah.
Also, I don't even know how to say her name, but
sound it out here.
Wang Beckval.
Okay.
Okay.
Who is it? Where is it? The Hawaiian chick?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
that played with Kiora.
Yeah.
She, first of all, dude, her drive, she has a two-handed, her drive is nasty.
Yeah. It's a little unorthodox.
And it's kind of low.
Yeah.
And she hides it because it's unorthodox to the last second. It's pretty nasty, but they took the first game off of Kate and Lacey, her and Kiora, and then ended up losing 6-5. But I thought she played really well.
Yeah.
But that drive was pretty, it was pretty nasty.
I believe she's out in Hawaii as well.
Yeah. I think she's Hawaiian too.
Yeah.
Anyways, Georgia and Tyra make the finals. Tyra ends up with a little bit of an injury. And Paris and Rachel get their first gold together.
Yeah, that's awesome. New faces.
9th gold medal for Rachel.
Yep.
In women's. But she said it had been a while.
Yeah.
And then they went and jumped in the pool.
Do you like that?
I don't like that it was forced. I thought it was cool when Kate did it when she won and it wasn't forced.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I want to talk about one other thing. I like when the partners match. Okay. We need to go back to partners matching. I think that was a rule for a while. It must not be anymore.
Well, it's still you try to match them.
Okay, but they don't. Nobody does. I mean, Ben and Gabe.
There's a lot that do.
Good women do. But in the gold medal match today, Georgia and Tyra were in pink. Rachel and Paris were in baby blue. It looked like a gender reveal.
Let's go.
And then when they won, Rachel and Paris put their hands up, and I was like, "It's a boy!" And they should have done that as a gender reveal.
Have some fireworks in the
Literally,
background.
that's what it looked like. But
maybe she's making an announcement with Bobby. Here we go,
Bobby. Here we go, Rachel.
Say it's a boy.
It's a boy. Jake Gelver somewhere is celebrating. Hey, Hercules. Anyways, all right.
You got Odoth in the background clipping it all.
Yeah, clipping the whole thing. All right. Anyways, Sacramento. What's next?
With Ryler DeHart in the background.
Ryler DeHart looking for him, looking in his van, trying to find him. Where are you?
Say it to my face.
Say it to my face. You're banned from APPs now too.
What else do we have?
Yeah. Look, Joel. Let's talk about one other thing really quick. Okay. One, I heard a rumor that Proton's back. They never left.
Okay.
They got a little money. Found some money.
You heard a rumor? Or I
heard,
saw the pictures.
I saw the pictures, but I heard that they're going to be in good standing with PPA soon.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a hefty amount.
Yeah, so that they're...
So congrats to all the Proton players.
I wonder if they're on QVC payment plan or if they got Klarma. Maybe they got Klarma.
Yeah.
4 payments to the PPA.
Interest-free.
Yeah, interest. I don't know. Here's the second thing. Let's talk about pickleball coaching really quick. Okay, so there's a lot of coaching now. So a lot of people are starting to hire coaches.
Yep.
I don't think I think the sport's very much in its infancy, Tyler. And so I don't think there's a lot of great coaches yet. I think as players start to retire, we'll see better coaching. But
I think I know where this is heading.
Would you pay, I'm just asking, would you pay for a coach to be on your bench?
I mean, it depends on who it was.
I mean, who give me a name.
Ben Johns.
Okay, but I'm saying someone that's actually in the coaching business.
I mean, I like Peary. I still work with him a little bit, not as much as I did.
But is Peary more of a guy?
I think he's more strategic.
Is he going to help you with strategy, or is he going to help you with strokes and technique?
More strategy, just kind of bouncing ideas off of.
So he would be a guy you would want on your bench.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, there's others out there too.
Yeah. I mean, I think Adam Stone is a smart dude, but he's a player, right? Former player. So I think that gives
Lee
him,
Waters, she's got some good insight.
Johnny Goldberg obviously seems to know his stuff, but these guys are players. What about these guys that haven't really been players? What about the Kyle McKenzies? What about the Ryan DeWidgeons?
Kyle McKenzie actually played a decent amount.
He did, but he sucked. And but do you think Kyle McKenzie? Because look, I've said this before. I can watch a football game.
Do all coaches have to wear bucket hats?
It seems to be a thing. Jonathan Trong was wearing a bucket hat, by the way. So look, I could watch a football game, and I've said this before. I can tell you the coverage. I can break down, the plays. I can tell you what will beat this. I can tell you where the mistake was made. I can tell you the technique. I can talk about all those things, right? I can show you releases for receivers and quarterback footwork and all these things. In pickleball, I'm not at that level of where I am in football or baseball or whatever, right? I'm not. But I think that there's very few that are because it's So when it's infancy,
Yeah, so it's interesting because, like you said, there are more coaches that are getting out there, and I just have no idea what their structure looks like. Are these players paying these people?
that's what I want to know. Do they get a percentage of their winnings?
If I were these players, I would not pay these coaches unless they were providing insane value. What I would say is, hey, if I win, if I medal, if I take top 3, I will give you X% of my winnings.
Well, here's my other question, too. There's so much more to pickleball than saying get to the kitchen.
Yeah.
There's so much more to pickleball than saying, hey, target this player, right? There's so much more than, hit it to their inside foot. I feel like there's way more, it's way more in depth. And honestly, a lot of times, like, that's all the advice that you hear, right? And it's like, I want more than that. I've said this before, like, if you pay for coaching, here's a great segue into one of our sponsors, Club Pickleball Mastermind. If Devin Egan stood up there at Club Pickleball Mastermind and he was like, hey, the way to have a successful club is you got to grind and you got to, and you got to go out there and you got to hustle, right? That's similar to me as someone being like, get to the kitchen, target this player.
Yeah.
Guess what? I know that. Tell me something else.
Yeah. I do see what you're saying. I would say sometimes that advice is all that is needed. I mean, these players need to be reminded of that. But what I will say that speaks volume is if you are a player or you've experienced that or you've had success in that, having that type of a player on your bench, backing you up, believing in you, trusting in you, and knowing that person has gone through that or knows how you feel is massive.
Sure.
And a lot of these coaches at the moment, they don't have those credentials.
For sure. And that's what I'm saying is I don't think that there's a lot out there. I'm not saying that there's not some good coaches out there. I just think that it's interesting. We're getting more and more coaches in the sport, and it's kind of interesting.
And then the other thing too, I mean, this is another can of worms, but like I've seen some coaches, not only one, but multiple coaches almost antagonizing or almost harassing other players when they're playing. And that's just a weird look to me.
Yeah, like, look, you can cheer for your player without shitting on another player.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? But like, there's nuances that you pick up, right? Like if I'm a coach, I was watching a player this weekend and they were very, very lazy. Whenever they got sped up, they would back off the line.
But yeah, I mean, if you're getting paid to coach, you better be
this is what I'm saying. This player,
on these players.
I was watching a player this weekend and every time they got sped up, they would back off the kitchen line, and then they would never work their way back. They would stay back.
Yeah.
And they would just had lazy footwork. And I'm like, if I'm a coach, that's something I point out on both sides, right? If I'm coaching said player, I'm saying, hey, look, you can back off to give yourself that extra half a second because they're trying to blow you up, but you got to get back to the kitchen because now you're putting every counter into the net. Right?
For sure.
Or adjust, obviously, the height of your counters, right? And then on the other side, it's like, hey, she's backing off every time. You can actually hit the ball at her feet now. And that's such a basic thing, but it just feels like there's just too much. Get to the kitchen, do this. And look, sometimes you just need a coach to just pat you on the back and give you attaboys, and that's fine. But I'm just curious. I would love to see like a film session. And, So...
No, love it. I mean, all these are very good observations and insights. The next few weeks, this week we're home. And then after that, it gets really busy for a little bit. And then it gets into MLP where it slows down a little bit. So, the schedule will be fun. Couple big tournaments coming up. We got Atlanta. Yeah. But before we close out, we got some questions to answer. First, before we get into questions, we got to give a big shout out to our next sponsor, which is Vulcan Pickleball, the V Pro Flight, the official ball of pickleball, and Stack Athletics. Look good when you play pickleball.
Yeah, look good, feel good, play good. Stack Athletics, they got bundles now. You can do bundles, so you can buy like 2 dresses, get discount. 3
if you
dresses.
Buy a paddle or 2 paddles, they throw in like 12 free balls, which is insane.
12 free balls. Yeah. They got the tungsten weights that are coming with the paddles. I mean, there's so many freaking deals out there right now for Stack and Vulcan. Check it out. We had a couple pros this weekend using Vulcan. Thanks to Bankruptcy Court, we were able to snatch a few pros in there to use Vulcan at least for the week, but it sounds like maybe they're done. But anyways, check it out. Check out the Curios paddle. That's what Tyler Loong uses personally. So if you want to be an athletic freak, like Tyler,
Let's go.
that's the paddle for you.
Lane's using it also.
Yes.
All
And
right,
Lane, by the way, Lele will be back for Atlanta.
Supposedly.
Back like she never left. No, she was supposed to play in this one. And then,
That's why I say supposedly.
but it wasn't her that, just to be clear.
All right.
Lane is fine.
This is actually a great segue. Somebody said, Tyler, nice job in Sacramento. Noticed you driving the 3rd, 5th, and 7th. Is that because of the new paddle? A little bit, yes, actually. But more so is I feel like in the past, in my personal game, I used to drive a lot more than the last 1 to 2 years. I was dropping everything. And so now I'm going back to that more aggressive mindset where if I can, I want to drive because I think I have pretty good, effective third shot drives. So yes, the paddle does help also. Somebody said, why was Tyra so pissed off the other day?
So hey, if you're in the Discord, you would know because Tyra is in the Discord. So what happened was they were playing Tyler, just to be clear, and they didn't know that they were going to be on center.
They let us know 5 to 10 minutes before and said, hey, you guys are going to be on center.
Yes,
your match
but
starts in 5
said
10
that
minutes.
she didn't know until 2 minutes before.
Yeah.
They weren't alerted till 2 minutes. So she said she had to hustle. They didn't get a warm up.
Yeah.
They essentially were
Well,
told,
they did get a warm up. It was about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. So So that's what she was upset about is it sounded like they changed court assignments on her and she didn't feel like she had enough preparation for the match.
Which is a little bit interesting. I'm not throwing shade by any means, but had we played on our normal court, we probably would have gone out in 20 more minutes. And so it's like, had she already been practicing for that match, not too much should have changed. So I don't know if anything else was going on. Hopefully it was not at me. I don't think there were any
I'm pretty
issues.
sure it was. I think she was pissed at you.
Probably. There was a lot of bad
She was like,
hooking
remember
there.
in 2023 when you played with me in Newport?
Exactly. It was Texas and Minnesota or North Carolina. All right. Why is Gabe not elite in mixed doubles?
Oh, I think he is. I mean, what are we talking about elite? Nobody's beating Ben and Annalise, so who cares? But
my question is, why is he not with Catherine Parento? Weren't they supposed to play the entire year?
yeah, I mean, that's already, it sounds like that's already come and gone. Dead and gone. Isn't that, who sings that? T.I.?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's already dead and gone. And look, I mean, I think that it didn't work with Catherine. Gabe is going to, here's the thing is Gabe's a right side guy. Mm-hmm. And so being a right side guy doesn't always translate to mixed doubles as well, right? Because you're not used to playing as big on the right side. He plays with Ben John. So he has to completely switch his entire mindset. Mm-hmm. Also, is he getting good partners with Catherine, Rachel, et cetera? Yes, sure. But is he getting probably the top 3 or 4 women in mixed doubles right now? I would say are AL, AB, probably Georgia and Paris.
Tyra's not in there?
Maybe Tyra. Mm-hmm. There you go, Tyra.
Kawamoto's.
So those are probably top 5. Kawamoto's, I think, are in there, but they don't even have insane success in mix.
Yeah.
And they don't play as many, right? And so I would say Catherine is kind of down that list a little bit. And I would say that he is having as much success with Catherine and as you would expect for him to have. Quarterfinals. Which is the same that he did with Jesse.
I had a funny story. Remind me to tell you in a little bit. Somebody said, part one, in one of Kate's matches, semis, I think, the ref said she couldn't yell out. Why do refs get to make arbitrary rules just like Don saying blowing was unsportsmanlike?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know if there was some sort of referee meeting. I don't know if they were just annoyed that they had to be in Sacramento for a weekend. But I don't get it. I would love for a referee to chime in. I'd love for a referee to chime in on what Don said. I'd love for Don to chime in.
Well, he has chimed in on Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook, and he doubled down. So I guess he feels very strongly that that's an unsportsmanlike act.
Should Paris and Rachel play 2026 together?
Yeah, they should 100% continue playing together. They're a great team.
Name your top 3 desired partners for gendered and mixed, excluding Ben and Annalie. That's tough because Ben and Annalie would be my number ones.
Yeah.
I actually I've said this before, I really like Alshon. I've played with him one time and we got 4th. I think me and him, if we played multiple times, we could do well. JW would be a lot of fun. Diescu would be fun. He's a really solid player. Mixed, Annalie, obviously. I actually think me and Anna Bright, the last time me and Anna Bright played third in a PPA. I think if we played multiple times now, we could do well. I like Catherine Parento. I like any girl in the top 10 is good. What are different contract players? What are the different contracts players are on right now? Example, the Kawamotos are not. So there's different types of contracts. Some are called reduced contracts where they have a very few amount of tournaments they have to do.
Yeah, so basically, look, these players were owed $30 million for this year, for 2026. It was 30, I actually think it was like $32 million in total salaries. So what the PPA did was they went to these players and they just said, we are willing to extend you, right? So we're going to elongate, good word for me, your career and your PPA contract, but in exchange, we need you to
extend.
We need you to, well, not extend, but we need you to
reduce.
It's not even reduce, not even renegotiate. It's kind of just a
Extension?
restructure your deal. That's what it is. It's restructure. And so they asked them to restructure their deals. And so essentially they're like, look, if you are owed $300,000 for 2026, we will spread that out over 3 years. And we'll give you, guarantee
A third
you
of that.
$100,000 a year. And then the rest of that will come from prize money. And if you exceed the 100,000, then you make more. If you don't, then we'll guarantee you the 100.
Yep.
But over the next 3 years, you will be you'll still get your money, but we just need to spread it out. Well, some players said, hey, we don't hate that idea, but honestly, our careers are winding down. We don't want to play as many tournaments. We have whatever reason. What if we play fewer events and we still take the reduction in the money, but we want to play fewer events? So you can spread out our money, but please spread out our events as well. And PPA said, sure. So Kawamoto's, Etta, Coop, there's a lot, honestly.
It's probably 10 to 20.
Yeah, they're playing essentially like 8 to 10 events this year is all, instead of the mandatory 20 to 25. And their money has been spread out over the next 2 to 3 years, and their events have been spread out over the next 2 to 3 years.
Exactly. How much did Slam 4 hurt pickleball? Horrible event. So it's interesting you say that. I actually had a good, I thought it was well ran. I thought it was well produced. I thought it was good overall for the sport. As Jimmy said in the beginning, it was what is the outcome of this, or what is the purpose of this? Is it for exposure, or is it really for competitiveness and all that?
Yeah.
But I thought it was well ran.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was well ran. Look, having Annalie lose is not great for the sport, but I think in the end,
I think it's fine.
People realize what it is. Yeah. Tyler, you want to hear something really funny?
What?
Are you ready for this? Tell me that this is not the most Tom Dundon thing ever.
Okay.
So for those that don't know, Tom Dundon owns the Carolina Hurricanes hockey team. He owns the Carolina Hogs MLP team, and they're the cheapest ran team in the league.
Okay.
He doesn't pay for travel. He doesn't pay for uniforms. He literally picked up 4 players that were free. Didn't spend any money on the draft. Okay. And recently he purchased the Portland Trailblazers. All right. Here you go. Trailblazers in the latest Tom Dundon. Wait, what's it say? Tom Dundon in the latest cost-cutting measures, the Trailblazers are the only playoff team that didn't send their two-way players on the road for games 1 and 2 this weekend. So essentially what happens is the NBA has players.
I wonder how much that would have cost. 20,000 extra? 10,000?
Probably not even close to that. Yeah. So basically what happens is there's players on every team that are on two-way contracts. So they can play in the G League and in the NBA, and you can call them up and down. Well, in the playoffs, those players are technically ineligible to play. Well, every other team still travels those players because they were part of the playoff run.
Gotcha.
They helped you make the playoffs. They played NBA games this season. Tom Dundon decided to save a couple bucks, and he didn't travel his two-way players. He didn't pay. So first of all, Tyler, let's just be clear. It's a charter flight, so it's just 2 extra seats. You're paying for the whole flight anyways.
I wonder if there's more to it though. Like if they go to that, is technically considered a working day or something, or they have to. I don't know.
So what?
Yeah, I agree.
Again,
I agree.
Again, Tom Dundon is a cheap ass, and he does it again. So there's 16 teams that made the playoffs, and he's the only team to do it.
Gotcha. All right, 2 more questions. Refs need more support and funding. What needs to change, though, from a player's view? That's 100% accurate. Refs are great. They are selfless. I mean, minus maybe a couple that Jimmy has in his mind.
No, I think. I think they
don't get paid much. I mean, what they do is great work. However, I think there needs to be some more. I don't know if it's education or just experience. I think they're pretty good. If I were to give them a rating as a whole on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give them like a 9.
Yeah, I think the refs are great. And like I said, they're doing the best they can. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
What needs to change, though, from a player's view? That's a great question. I mean, every player is going to have a different answer. I'd like to see refs have more courage. I see a lot of players that almost bully a lot of refs into making their own call or changing their appeal or whatever it might be. And then also just knowing when to call certain things. There were a lot of missed calls that I saw personally and through other matches. So,
yeah, look, I mean, you have to enforce what the rule book says. You can't just make up your own. Yeah.
Last question. Somebody said, how is JW pulling off these round of 32 upsets and then getting smoked? People are good. Players are good.
Yeah, everybody's good in pickleball right now. Pickleball, you have to think about this, Kay. This is the highest level of skill that the sport has ever been at. This is the highest level of skill it's ever been at. Mm-hmm. Can you say that in the NBA? I think people would argue, 80s or whatever, right? Can you say that in the NFL? Can you say that in, I don't know if you can. But in pickleball, we are watching the highest level of skill that the sport has ever been at.
Yeah.
And so, people are going to lose.
Matchups. Some matchups work really well against other players, while their style doesn't work against other players. So JW matched well against Ben Johns, and then maybe it doesn't work well against somebody else. And so, to me, the best style is somebody that can adapt and beat everybody rather than just a specific style.
Yep, I agree.
And so we've talked about that before in the past, where it seems like, at least in the past, Ben Johns was able to do really well. And then Federico did really well against most people except for Ben Johns. And so.
Yeah, and Ben, everyone was like, oh, well, Ben plays, Fed, and Ben plays similar style, and Ben's better at it. Well, J-Dub does too, technically. So for Ben to lose someone that's, similar to his style is a surprise.
All right, guys, if you've made it this far, please do us a big favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. It helps this channel grow. Make sure to check out our sponsors, Club Pickleball Mastermind. And if you know anybody who is currently running a club or thinking about it, have them reach out to Devin or go to clubpickleballmastermind.com/KOTC. Pickler Universe, we have an incredible, honestly, an insane value giveaway coming up. Make sure to enter that and tag your friends and family members. The value, the dollar amount is a lot. For that, Dominator is the official net of the UPA Grand Slams and Major League Pickleball. Go check out all their items at dominatorhoop.com and use code KOTC. We have All Access, KOTC All Access. That gives you a little bit more inside info, a little bit more gossip, a little bit more news that we are going to stay another 30 minutes and record more episodes just for you guys. Also, we have a new Facebook group where Jimmy loves to talk in it. It's called Pickle Talk.
I do.
Go sign up.
I did post in it today.
I know, that was actually kind of funny. Last but not least, we are on Cameo. If you want us to send you individualized videos for birthdays or special occasions,
any videos you
or
want.
Pickleball analysis.
Whatever you guys want.
Last but not least, if you are still here, we've had a lot of questions on this, and truth be told, it is not our decision to make. It's our codes with PPA and MLP. Supposedly for MLP, it will be KOTC 26 for all MLPs, but for the second half of the year for PPAs, you will have to click a specific link that we do not yet have those links for. We don't have any links for the second half of the year. As soon as we do, trust us, trust me, we will make those known to you guys.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough being successful.
Yeah, we've gotten our code axed. No joke, probably 5 to 8 times.
Yeah, and then changes and acts and then links and then this and that and the other.
So
and it's like,
if you do use our code to...
it's like, hey, we really want you guys to promote us, but don't promote us too much.
Yeah. Anyways, we are appreciative for all your support, and we will see you guys
Hey, you know who has an Axstar code?
next time.
Dominator. So go there.
KOTC. We love it. All right. See you guys.
Bro, we don't have a freaking code with...